G'day gamers, Melkor6925 and bringing you our latest Clash Royale video. Now as you can remember, we've been working through the separate arenas, going through all the different cards. So far we have covered all the cards in the training camp and the Goblin Stadium. And today we are moving on to Arena 2, the Bone Pit. So the 5 cards that we're going to be covering today are firstly, the Skeletons, the Minions, the Tombstone, the Bomb Tower, the Giant Skeleton, and the Balloon. One of my favourite troops. So guys, as you can see the theme in there, it's all about those little skellies. The Bone Pit goes from 400 trophies all the way up to 800 trophies, in which we go into the Barbarian Bowl. So guys, let's have a look at those cards in the Bone Pit. Firstly, we have the common, the Skeleton. 4 fast, very weak melee fighters swarm your enemies with the piles of bones. This is a 1 elixir troop. 1 elixir! It's the only 1 elixir troop in the entire game. What happens is it spawns 4 skellies with only 30 hit points that do 30 DPS. This troop is great for distracting enemy opponents. Things such as your knight or your prince, or things along those lines. Things that, when charging, are going to do a lot of damage to your tower or to other troops. These are fantastic at getting in the way. They're only good for distraction. If you can get them behind something, they can do a little bit of damage. But to be fair, these are purely there as a distraction only. That is the skeleton. Next up, you have the Minions, which cost 3 elixir. These are 3 fast, unarmored flying attackers. Rose are red, Minions are blue. They can fly and they will crush you. Minions, in the right circumstances, can be deadly. It's a 3 elixir card that spawns 3 Minions with 90 hit points each and do 40 damage. These are fantastic at taking out ground troops, so barbarians, anything that can't actually target air troops. These are fantastic at taking out. So your knights, your princes, your bomb towers, your skeleton hordes, things like that, etc. They are fantastic at taking out. They are a fast moving troop, so they can get from one end of the arena to the next in a matter of seconds. And they do a large amount of damage, especially if all 3 are kept alive. The weakness, unfortunately, are arrows and anything that can target air troops, such as archers, even things such as spear goblins, etc., musketeer. They are susceptible. But under the right circumstances, Minions can pack punch. Good on both defense and offense for taking out low hit point troops. And very good to have in a lot of new armies. And they are good at taking out things as like balloons, etc. as well. Things that can't target them. Next up we come to our first rare, which is the Tombstone. The Tombstone is a 3 elixir cost card. All you do is place the Tombstone down on your side of the field, and every 3 seconds a little skelly will spawn. So, a bit like the Spear Goblin spawner. So, if you have a look here, there we go, we have the Goblin Hut. They spawn a Spear Goblin every 5 seconds. These spawn a skeleton every 3 seconds. The problem is with this, it only has 200 hit points, so it's quite easy to take out. One fireball of same or higher level will take that out at no problems. But it's fantastic at sticking behind your own defense line and letting them skellies go one up at a time to distract incoming troops, because it's slowing down your opponent's troops to actually take out the skellies. Also, again, at 3 elixirs, it's great as a last-minute effort to spawn it in front of your crown tower to stop an oncoming rush of a prince or something like that. And when it is destroyed, it does actually spawn 4 skeletons as well, which will go to town on whatever destroys it. So again, it gives you all those little guys for just 3 elixir. Fantastic on defense in that respect. Not very good on offense unless you're using it with other spawning decks or something like that. But it is good for distracting enemy teams. It does work well in spawn decks. Next up, we have one of my favourites, the Bomb Tower. What you have is you have a little skeleton with a big bomb on a tower. And all it does, anything comes within his radius, he throws his bombs at him. It's a 5 elixir cost unit, and it's fantastic on defense. It has no value whatsoever on offense because it can't do any offensive damage, but what it will do, it will help to protect your crown tower. Stick it in between your 2 towers. any ground troops that come within distance, they're going to get those bombs launched at them. And they do a large amount of damage, 62 DPS with an area damage of 100. Obviously, it's an area of effect card, so it will injure and damage multiple troops. Fantastic at taking out things like barbarians, skeleton armies, things along those lines. Obviously, it's susceptible to rockets and fireballs and things like that. But overall, it's a solid defensive troop. Just be wary though, at 5 elixir, it's not suitable for everyone. But for me, it's a nice card to throw in every now and then. Next up, we have the Giant Skeleton. Hoo-hoo! This guy packs a punch. One scary bleeder, I tell you. This is the first rare at this level. What it basically is a giant skeleton. And what he'll do, he'll walk from one end of the field to the other at a very slow pace. He targets other troops, so any troops that get in his way, he will target. This does slow him down, unfortunately. But the one big thing about this giant skeleton is that when he dies, he drops a bomb. 5 seconds after that bomb goes down, boom, that bomb explodes and deals 720 damage to any troops within that bomb radius. So not only do you have a fantastic troop that can sit at the front and take all the damage in the first place, having 2,000 hit points, so very effective, similar to the Giant in that sense, so you can get all your troops behind it, etc. But also, when he dies, he can take out all those troops that have been trying to destroy him for the last 30 seconds as well. So it's a fantastic trade-off. It is 6 elixir though, so you've got to be wary of that. It doesn't work with every dex, but if you can get this troop up front, get some troops behind it, fantastic. He can take out, and if he can get to that crown tower or one of those towers, when he explodes, dealing 700 damage to those towers, them towers are going to go down pretty darn quick. He does have 100 damage as well, and he does average 66 DPS as well, which is a fantastic amount really for a slow bumbling guy like himself. So get this guy up front, get those troops behind, and watch him go to town. Next up, we have one of my favourite cards, is the Loon, or the Balloon should I say, commonly known as the Loon in many people's eyes. This unit is an air unit. He flies around, that little skeleton in his big balloon will go straight for your towers. He doesn't target troops, and he will drop a big whop-off balloon straight onto those towers, dealing 600 damage every 3 seconds. That is phenomenal. If one of these guys can be used in conjunction with, say, something like a freeze and gets onto one of those towers, that tower is going to go down in no time. It is susceptible to air attacks, though, so things such as minions, musketeers, archers, things like that, etc. Fireball are all effective against the balloon. But if you can use that balloon and get it to that crown tower, then you are laughing, because them towers are going to go down in quick succession. So guys, they're the 5 cards at the Bone Pit. Next up will be the Barbarian Bowl, and that will be in Arena 3, which will be in the next couple of days. Stay tuned for that. If you like what you see, guys, comment below, let me know. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe. Share and like this video, guys, and I will see you in the next video.